Hey everybody, welcome to second week here of the tax accounting course. And I got the scenery up here. Don't know where it's at, but there it is. So, all right. Little bits of inspiration. I do my running things, but I don't know if you can see this here, but it says it's hard in the beginning to understand that the whole idea is not to beat other runners. You know, you're not in a competition. Eventually, you learn that the competition is against that little voice inside your head that tells you, you know, to quit or don't quit. So I just, you know, I know some students have problems keeping up because of schedules and time and all this other stuff. And that little voice in our head tells us, oh, we can do this later or do it tomorrow. And of course, that goes against what I mention almost every week about school being something you do every day, not every Sunday. So that's it, you know. And following up on that is the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. So it's up to you, you know, if you want to get to where you want to be. You're taking school because, you know, you're wanting a different quality of life, different opportunities in the future. So um, you got to stick to it and don't let those little voices, or maybe there's people in your life who are distractors, or keep giving you negatives instead of positives, you know. So anyway, okay, so let's go jump in here. Last week, discussion's good. Homeworks that I've seen, good. So no issues there. Those of you that are having problems, I know a couple of you are having a little bit of difficulty. Just get in touch with me. Let me know. You know what's going on there. Upcoming week, you got 3 chapters, and all 3 of them are interrelated. Chapter 3 is taxes, as a transit. The title is taxes transition cost, but it's just more taxes. Same thing with the other 2 chapters. Oh, get up there. Jurisdictional taxes, business taxes. So here again, interesting stuff. I know I say that and some of you think, no, this ain't interesting, but it's interesting because there's so many taxes. From a personal perspective, taxes have just gotten out of control, and there's just too many of them. But when you talk about jurisdictional things, there's places like, okay, we live here in Missouri, and so we don't, it's not so bad. There's other places. There's some states like Florida, Texas, and a few others that don't have a state income tax or anything like that. So, I mean, but then there's other places, California, New York, people who live in, I grew up in New York City, but, I since left, but people who live in New York City, when you take into account they're paying the federal tax, they're paying the state tax, they're paying the city tax, and on top of that they're paying cell phone tax and sales tax at anywhere 6 or 10%. When you start adding up all these taxes on everything, I mean, people are paying 30, 40, maybe even 50% of their income on taxes, depending on what income level you're at. Um, and I know there's a lot of debate on, rich people getting, taxes are on it's a percent, richer people pay a higher percent in tax. But again, if you were that rich person, would you want to be paying out all that? I mean, if all of a sudden you hit the lottery tomorrow or whatever, or you just had a job that paid real good. I mean, if you're making, you know, less than 50 or 60,000 a year, you're not paying a lot in taxes. But once you start getting over that, it jumps up there. So anyway, I just brought up jurisdiction. You got all, you have city taxes, depending on where you live. I know when we lived in Pennsylvania for a few years, it was just mind-boggling because you had, no exaggeration, it was like 6 or 7 different tax things we had to do. You had the state, you had the city, then you had they had these boroughs or parishes or something like that, and then you had school taxes, and you had all these different things. So there's a lot of stuff out there. So that's why you have to learn this stuff so you understand it all. And then the last chapter again, um, just researching tax. So here again, how is it researched? I like to talk about the 6 steps here of the tax research process. So again, lots of information here, and suggestion is just, work on concepts, definitions, processes, and theories and things like that. So for quizzes and so forth. But like I said, everything on the discussions, people are doing good. The homeworks is all doing good, so no issues there. And otherwise, one other thing I want to go over real quick, the grading rubric for the discussion. I know this is probably might be foreign language to a lot of you, but basically when you do a discussion, um, and I've already sent this to you, so this is how we're determining the grading. This is where you can lose, you get points, lose points. So for example, getting on time. So here, that's where you lose some points here if you get it on time or you don't do it on time. Contributions. So if you limit your answers to discuss, or there's some spelling or grammar, little things like that. Proofreading all the posts. So I mean, it's all in here. And as we go through the weeks here, I will give you feedback on it. And this is something that's going to be, this is normal for all the courses now as you move forward. So I will hopefully by the end of the course here you'll be proficient in this, and I will work with you on that. So, but anyway, that was it. I just want to let you know about that. And okay, so the only other thing, on to the test question. Plugging away here, so I will probably leave it at this. I'll give you my test question, of course, for the week. And I actually have two. Well, it's one question, but me and my grandkids. So just let me know what I did the other day with the grandkids here. So that's the first one. This is the second one. So so there you go. And that's it. Have a great week. Get in touch if you need anything, and that'll do it. Take care, everybody.